I think camp this year has been a lot more physical than the past 3 years. Coach Abel does a great job of bringing the energy. Coach Colleton, the addition of Coach Berlin, those guys really bring the energy, and we've had a lot more compete periods and a lot of chances to go up against each other and show everyone what we've got.
Now that, here we are, 9 days, 10 days into this, getting ready to break camp, I think we're probably ahead of schedule. I really like where this team is right now. I would say to this point, it's the most physical camp we've had. It's showing signs of being the most physical football team that we've had in my time here, and that certainly makes a coach feel good. Because physical football teams give themselves a chance, and this team seems to do the kind of intangibles very well. They practice hard. We have great leadership, and then on top of it, the things that you need to do well inside to win football games, you need to tackle well and you need to block well. And defensively, I feel like we're tackling as well as we've ever tackled, and offensively, there's no doubt we're blocking as well as any WNL team's ever blocked. And that starts up front, and then certainly on the perimeter with our guys out there blocking for each other.
Similar to last year, our goal was to not just be competitive in the ODAC, but win the conference, as well as to try and get in a home playoff game. Unfortunately, last year we weren't able to get a home playoff game, but we did win the conference, and we performed better in the playoffs than we did my freshman year. So similar goals this year, but a home game here for the playoffs.
Well, I think if you look at this year's group and you look at our seniors, they've had an unbelievable career up to now. They're 17-2 inside the conference. They have 24 wins. So, I think their expectations are very high, and the staff, we feel the same, that we feel like come week 7 or 8 of the season that we should be in the hunt at the top of the conference, fighting for the conference championship come that time. As always, you can't replace guys like that. I mean, they're just fantastic men, fantastic program guys, and they help change this program. But at the same time, we've recruited to prepare for this day, and we have a lot of young guys that have been waiting their turn and waiting their opportunities to get their chance, and we're excited that that day's here for them, and I think they're going to rise to the occasion.
I think the team's strengths are definitely at quarterback. Nick Lombardo can lead the offense really well. He knows the checks. This is his second season starting, and he's going to be able to get us in the right formations and plays and everything. And linebackers on defense, a lot of people, we lost 2 starters, but I think that Mike Pallitz and Moody Hurd and Peter Party and Sam Zimmer, these guys are great players. They're athletes, and they're definitely going to be able to get the job done, in my opinion.
In terms of our team chemistry, I feel like we have a lot of, we're an old team, we're senior laden, and that really gels well in terms of experience and leadership, and how that translates for some of the young guys. They're going to have to fill roles this year, so I think we get along really well, probably much better than teams that in the past, and that's definitely going to translate onto the field.
On the defensive side, Brandon Taylor is probably going to be asked to fill the shoes of where Jake Pelton played, at our strong safety. And certainly we're not going to ask him to do what Jake did. Instead, it'll be some different things for Brandon. He's a great tackler in space. He's a very physical kid. And I really expect him to have a great year for us. And, Jesse Jenkins graduating in middle backer, and Doug Frazier, and kids like Moody Hurd, who's a rising sophomore, maybe a talented linebacker that's coming into this program. In a long time. I think we're going to hear great things out of him. And, then our leaders on defense with Peter Party and Michael Unholtz, we're going to expect them to lead those younger players to their success. And then offensively, I think guys like Austin Eisenhofer and Luke Turner, who have gotten some playing experience, I think they're going to be asked to carry a much heavier load this year, to help Nick inside the offense. And then, guys like Jimmy Moynihan, will be expected to step in and fill the void at O-back. But, there are going to be some other guys that get some touches at O-back as well. Jimmy's a guy who can do a lot of different things for us. So I think you'll see a host of running backs in and out of the game for the Generals. Well, you know, I think really our first 2 games are probably as tough as any two, at least in our conference and out of conference schedule. You know, we open up here with Franklin and Marshall, who finished with a strong season last year. Got a lot of returning stars on offense. You know, it's certainly going to be a challenge for us. It's going to be a great measuring stick. And then, you know, our second game, we travel and go to Center, which is always a great program, great test for us. So we're going to find out early on those first 2 weeks, you know, where we stand. You know, I think the positive for us is we actually get a bye week early this year, you know, after F&M. And I think that's going to be a great opportunity for us to really sit back and see where we are after week 1, where we need to go, and the things that we need to do to improve to get ready for the conference. And that's really our focus. You know, certainly we want to come out of the gates and we want to play well early on. And if that means winning football games, that's great. But the bottom line is we need to be ready to play our best football come week 1 of the ODAC schedule.